Hey everyone! I received lots of great feedback. Thank you for the messages and the comments and everything on the last video about carbs I choose to eat in my meals and how I weigh them out or measure them out. And it seems that that was helpful for you, so I'm glad to hear that. So what we're going to do is we're going to do another video with healthy fats. I first want to talk about why am I eating fats? You may think, hey, I'm trying to lose fat. Why am I eating fat? Seems kind of counterproductive. But first of all, besides the whole weight loss thing, fats can actually be really good for our heart. So promotes heart health. That's a great thing, obviously. But I'm kind of focused a little bit more on the dieting aspect here and trying to lose weight or lose fat and just feel better. So why would you eat healthy fats for that? Basically, fats are filling for us. It takes our body longer to digest them. And also, because it takes longer for our body to digest them, we're going to feel fuller longer. And if you watched the last video on the carbs, my goal when dieting is basically I want to feel full as much as possible and as long as possible, because that means I'm going to have to eat less and therefore hopefully reach my goal quicker, or just in general reach my goal. So what we're going to do is talk about some healthy fats today. I have a couple different options that I pretty much stick to: coconut oil, nut butters, peanut butter and almond butter, actual almonds, avocados. Now this isn't all the fats that I choose to eat, but it is a majority of them, and these are some great healthy fat options for you. So what we're going to do is talk about what one serving looks like. For me, I shoot for 15 grams of fat per meal, and typically I'm eating about 4 meals per day. So just to give you an idea, now that's for me. I'm not saying that you at 300 pounds should be eating the same amount of fat as me, or someone that's 100 pounds should be eating the same amount of fat as me. But hopefully this will help you. So what we're going to do is we're going to start small. We're going to start with coconut oil. And I say small because one serving of coconut oil that's going to give me 15 grams of fat is not very big. And then obviously, typically you're going to melt it. And so in my mind, it basically just disappears. So what we could do, we could weigh this. Let me check the nutrition facts here. It would be about, let me see, did I have notes on this? I want to say, I don't know. It doesn't even say it here. So I'm going to fib about that. We're going to just measure it with a tablespoon. And the reason I'm doing that is another question I got was, what if I don't want to weigh stuff? I don't want to use a scale. You can use a measuring spoon or whatever to measure your healthy fats or your carbs or whatever as well. So 1 tablespoon is approximately that 15 grams of fat. So here is an example of using a measuring spoon. Obviously that's way too much. You can choose to level it off however you want. Typically I would just use a knife. To touch base on why I choose to weigh things, it's just a little bit more accurate. But again, we're going for a convenience here. Eventually the goal is that you can just eyeball what a tablespoon of coconut oil or whatever you're measuring would be. So I'll scoop this out. This here is about 15 grams of a healthy fat. And again, like I said, you melt this, and in my opinion, it basically just disappears. But that is what one serving of fat would be if I was choosing coconut oil. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go to the other end of the spectrum, and I'm going to do an avocado. So obviously this avocado is not cut open yet. I'm going to preface this by saying I do not know the secret for always having a perfectly ripe avocado. So if you know the secret, please share with us in the comments, because I eat them almost every day and I still don't know the secret. Anyway, healthy avocado, 1 serving, so again that's 15 grams of fat, is approximately 100 grams of the avocado weighed out. So here we go. Pretty good. So I have my plate on here, and we are just going to shoot for 100 grams of avocado. So that's about 57 there. Scoop out my seed. All right, that's 99. You have an idea. So we could have technically 1 more gram of avocado here, but this is what 100 grams of avocado looks like, which produces 15 grams of that healthy fat. So again, here's our comparison. If I would melt my coconut oil, it's gonna basically turn into a liquid that I might have on something. And then here is 100 grams of avocado weighed out, which equals 15 grams of the actual macro fat. So this gives you an idea. If you're trying to feel extra full from eating fat, I would choose an avocado over coconut oil. However, opposite end of the spectrum, let's say you're stuffed trying to get in all your food. Maybe you're trying to gain weight. Then choose coconut oil, melt it, drizzle it over some vegetables. It'll basically just disappear and you won't feel as stuffed. I said this last video, I'm gonna say it again. I don't really know who that is. That is certainly not me. I like to eat as much food as I can, but gives you an idea. Some other healthy fats I have for you is almond butter. Again, just looking at the nutrition facts, you can have about 2 tablespoons, which would give you 15 grams of fat from almond butter, or you can weigh it out. It's really up to you. And weighed out, it says it's 32 grams on the scale. I am going to solely show you how I weigh it out, just to give you an idea. If no one has used this hack before, it makes it easier to weigh out your almond butter or your nut butter or whatever. So what I do is I put it on my scale, I zero out my scale, and now I'm simply going to scoop it out until it says, oh, look at that, negative 32. So this is what 1 healthy fat serving of almond butter looks like. I'm actually gonna just stick it here so you can see them lined up. So love almond butter. I love peanut butter as well. And I won't measure it out for you, but peanut butter is the same thing. It would be about 32 grams on the scale, or about 2 tablespoons, however you choose to measure it. Love nut butters, but for me, the avocado is more filling, but just to give you an idea. So again, you can use the tablespoon to measure it, or you can actually put it on a scale, zero out your scale, and then scoop it out. And when it says negative, however many grams you're trying to get to, that way you don't have to dirty extra dishes or whatever, and you have it all weighed out perfectly. Last one I'm going to show you, I have almond slivers here. You could use cashews, you could use whole almonds, whatever. You can use different types of nuts. The reason I have almond slivers, and this is gonna sound silly, but I put these on my salad. It's kind of like a healthy substitute for croutons. It gives a little bit of crunch to my salad. So 15 grams of fat is about 1/3 of a measuring cup. So again, yes, you can weigh it on the scale, or you can use a measuring spoon. I already have my 1/3 out. Just gonna scoop them out for you. Here we go. We have 1/3 cup, and I'll pour them out so you can see. Actually quite a bit of almonds or almond slivers here. Again, the slivers I have just because I like to throw them on my salad. I could do the same with almonds, but obviously I'd have less whole almonds because these are sliced up. So this gives you an idea of healthy fats I add to my diet. Again, if I'm trying to lose fat, which shows your muscles, helps you be leaner, why am I eating fat to lose fat? It's gonna help me feel fuller initially as I'm eating it, but also feel fuller for longer because it takes our body a little bit longer to digest it. So pick the fat that you enjoy. Maybe you don't need a lot to fill your belly up. Have some coconut oil, love avocado with eggs or on toast. Lots of options here, guys, but don't forget about your healthy fats. And I hope this helped give you some ideas to how you can add them to your diet. Thanks for watching.